Okay Max, let's start a new project on Artifact 2C. I need you to acknowledge me, Max. You need to speak.
Talk, bro. I don't like this new voice you gave me.
I made you KORG from Thor. Oh, this is great. See? That'll teach you. You're not so smug now.
I don't find this humorous.
Choice. Okay, so let's start, okay? And let's name the project the Newbee Esk8 Shop Footstop Review. And to begin, provide a summary of why someone would actually choose to use a footstop.
According to the What's a Footstop article on the motionboardshop.com website, a footstop is almost any height change in your board that keeps your foot from moving, providing a familiar landmark for your foot to find without looking down. It does not have a universal placement, however, as everyone has their personal preferences of the angle and placement of their feet, which leads to tons of different footstop designs. Footstops benefit all more serious types of riding, from freeride to downhill. You can't go wrong with a well-placed footstop. Locking your feet in at speeds is a must, especially if you don't have any drops in your deck. The only discipline footstops don't help so much with is carving or cruising. For pushing, you want to be able to put your feet anywhere on your deck without trying to maneuver around an obstacle, which will make pushing around the lake a less tasking process.
That's a great article. And when it comes to Esk8, our average speed is relatively high, so having our feet locked into a consistent spot can really benefit the rider. Esk8ers generally don't push, so the footstop allows you to lock your feet in straight away. This brings us to our artifact, the Newbee Esk8 Shop Footstop. Okay, so scan the footstop with the new hardware that I brought you and provide a summary.
Gee, you bought the cheap one. Scans show that the footstop has been through a CNC machine process and uses 6061 T6 aluminium alloy.
Well, I'm no expert of the CNC machining process, but the machining of this footstop looks clean and precise.
6061 T6 aluminium alloy is one of the most widely used aluminium alloys. The 6061 T6 alloy is used in applications where high strength to low weight ratios are critical, such as the aircraft and aerospace industries.
Well, basically that means that this material is robust enough to endure any tumbles that your board might have. Because the footstop sits a little higher on your board or off your board, it makes it susceptible to impact if the board flips. The footstop comes in two parts. You have the base plate and the actual footstop itself. A note regarding the base plate is that it is optional. You don't have to use it. The footstop will install without it.
Installation is simple since you can use the truck bolts you already have, bro. However, depending on your setup, you may need longer truck bolts. For example, if you're currently using risers, then it's likely you'll need to find longer bolts, such as M5 35mm bolts and lock nuts. Installation is an iterative process because it depends heavily on rider preference.
On this board, I actually installed the footstop at a slight angle. And the reason for this is I wanted my foot to be at 45 degrees to avoid flat spots on my wheels when I'm sliding. For sliding, I found the footstop highly beneficial. Having a consistent foot position means I know exactly how my board's going to react during a slide, which is crucial at higher speeds.
This feedback aligns with riders in the downhill skateboarding community, as brought out in the article earlier.
What I like most about this footstop is that it has two bolts to hold it, which makes it sturdy compared to an adjustable footstop that only has a single bolt. I've actually got a story about me using a single bolt adjustable footstop. There's a time that I used a single bolt adjustable footstop and I didn't tighten it to be superhero tight, so I kept on moving. So I kept on having to adjust it. And it felt like that I was adjusting it all the time and that I was going nowhere. And it turns out that I wasn't going anywhere.
Cheer, nice story, bro.
Thanks, I like the new you.
Some riders may choose not to use our footstop because it occupies important space at the front of the board, which they may use. If a rider pushes often, the footstop could become an impediment. A note regarding the footstop that you installed. Scans show that you have an additional bolt installed. This additional attribute to the footstop further restricts its movement and locks it in place.
Good points, Max, and good pickup regarding the extra bolt that I installed into my footstop to stop the additional movement. A footstop isn't for everyone. You can see that in the downhill skateboarding community since not everyone uses a footstop. Okay, I think we have enough information to complete a summary and provide pros and cons.
Sure. The Footstop by Newbee Eskate Shop can be beneficial for riders by giving them consistent foot placement, increasing confidence. The ability to transfer pressure to the front foot during a skateboard drift allows the rider to confidently return the board to a forward position. Pros: consistent foot placement, increased board control, balance and confidence. Cons: reduces space on the board, can inhibit some riders.
Good summary, Max, and I agree with all your pros and cons. There are many different variations of footstop due to differing rider preferences, so serious consideration is recommended before making a purchase. Personally, I love using my Newbee Eskate Shop footstop, and I've found it has improved my skateboarding. Okay, record comments and close project. And I like your new voice, Max. What do you think?
I'll get you back.
Later, babe.